welfare that works.
It was supposed to simplify benefits to make sure work always pays, but in many cases, Universal Credit hasn't paid at all.
Universal Credit, which merges 6 working age benefits into one single payment, is driving up debt, poverty and homelessness.
Universal Credit is
harder to claim and much easier to lose. The final solution to the question of the poor.
that helps ensure you're better off in work than you are on benefits.
38% of respondents resorted to shoplifting to obtain food, 32% had resorted to begging, and 10% had resorted to obtaining food in return for sexual favours.
It's for people who are out of work or on a low income, and is designed to make work pay.
There will be a far more stringent work capability assessment and more grounds to apply benefit sanctions.
Replaces 6 benefits, including job seekers allowance, tax credits and housing benefit, with one single monthly payment. Universal credit is usually claimed online. Your job centre can tell you about local places where you can access the internet for free. Universal credit tops up your earnings when you start work or increase your hours. Your payment reduces gradually as you earn more. And if you're a parent, you'll be able to get help towards childcare costs. You can work more than 16 hours a week and still receive universal credit. Your claim continues when you start work, so you won't need to reapply if your circumstances change. To get universal credit, you'll need to accept a claimant commitment that sets out the steps you'll take to find a job. And if you're able to work, you'll be expected to look for work on a full-time basis. You'll get expert help from a coach at your job centre. But if you don't do what you've agreed, your benefits may be cut.
Sanctioned are as a result of having their benefit payments reduced, stopped or delayed.
Should say is that people are saying we're not being told about this advance payment, and even when we get it, we have to begin to pay it almost immediately, leaving us financially short. And what they are finding is that these people simply can't cope, that people on housing benefit didn't have, the vast majority of them didn't have any money.
The financial pressures caused by sanctions cause relationships to break up and difficulties in family relationships. One study has found that there is a direct correlation between job centres with high referrals to sanctions and increased rates in crime. To starve and to die or commit suicide in absolute poverty and destitution. Vulnerable young people had cut back on food as a result of being sanctioned.
If you're unable to work, Universal Credit will support you.
People who are sick, disabled and mentally ill, irrespective of the severity and degree of their illness, are increasingly being required to complete job searches and apply for jobs under threat of benefit sanctions.
If you're already claiming benefits, you don't need to do anything now. You'll be told what Universal Credit means for you in good time.
Welfare that works. Deaths could have been investigated, an inquiry held, a study commissioned. But to date there has only been one investigation by the Department of Work and Pensions, which has admitted only to a small fraction of the deaths, and done all it can to shift the responsibility onto those who have died. Any who have died will have been discovered weeks after losing their benefits. We always make the rules very clear.
Are you ready?